Molynes United tamed the Lions. Treasure Beach finally scores a goal, and Shaquille Bradford opened his account at Mount Pleasant. But we start one place and one place only, and that's in the jungle where a star is born. This is Match Week 16 review show. Yeah, people, welcome back to Jamaica Fun, and we're at Match Week 16. And for all of you that complain about the lack of goals in the last match week, you should be pretty happy this week as we got 20 goals across 7 games. But we're going to start quickly, right as we said, right in the jungle. Arnett Guns was hosting Harbour View, and before the game even started, they made a pretty big announcement with Clarion College starlet Kaheem Dixon being announced as a brand new player for the Junglists. It was a big coup for the team from Kingston, as many wondered since he was not eligible for the under-20 team, where will he be playing his football next. Right off the bat, they even start him in the lineup alongside Warner Brown and the veteran Fabian Reid in attack, while Harbourview, who seemed to solve the defensive issues, we were looking to find a goal from somewhere. We thought Andre Fagan would be the answer, but they actually start him on the bench this time in favour of Tyrese Williams. So this game though was a barnstormer of a game for Arnett in the first half, as this is one of the best half of football I've seen all year from Arnett Guns. They were connected, every single pass, creativity was blocked, and them could not seem to be stopped. Only thing was missing was a goal. Chances galore was created and they could not finish it, including this chance from Fabian Reid, who rounded the keeper and set up the new boy Dixon, who simply could not finish. But the real starlet in the first half and throughout the game really was from Shepherd, who was playing against his former team and former coach in Harbourview, and he seemed like a young Frank Lampard out there. He was controlling everything in midfield, he was clearly the engine, and all things started with him. He also got away some great shots on goal, and this simply was denied by the slight lack of accuracy or the crossbar. In return, Harbourview had a dreadful half. They were simply right there in headlights. They seemed very scared and could not play out of their own half really. A lot of times they tried their best to hoof a ball up front and hoped Tyree Williams was up there to hold on to it, but he simply lost possession. It's a wave and wave attack coming in return. A disaster class in football from Harbourview, while Arnett was displaying significantly at a faster pace, especially through the wings. And even though I still don't quite like Warner Brown on the wing, he was doing well to link up with Fabian Reid. As for the veteran striker, as I said, he did not score a goal this time, and despite scoring a hat-trick last week, I actually thought it's one of his most complete half of football all season. He did well to hold up the play, he did well to stretch behind the back line, and he was simply missing that finishing touch. But good news for Harbourview is that in the second half, after some quiet words I expect from Leonard Bernard, they came up much better in the second half, and they were on the front foot much more, and they decided to hold the ball in possession, be more confident on the ball, and it seemed to hold Arnett at bay. They even squeezed out some chances where they simply could not find a way past the Arnett keeper. But all things must come to an end, and in the 76th minute, Jamon Shepherd, who I tell you was having a great game, found himself on the end of a quick passing movement from a counter with still some work to do, but had a good enough shot that get into the left hand corner of the goal and gave Arnett the 1-0 lead. After that, Harbourview, to their credit, stuck to their guns and had belief they could get back in the game and was going at it, but another counter caught them out, and this time it was the starlet Kaheem Dixon who did a beautiful play to cut it onto his right before making a powerful shot past the Harbourview keeper in goal. It was an impressive move from the youngster who have shown in with Clarion College this schoolboy football that he have a nose for goal, but to see it do it at this level and in this way for his debut goal will really have people talking. Harbourview was shell-shocked by that second goal, and it took a while for them to start ramp up again to try to get something out of the game. Andre Fagan came into the game at this point, and it seemed that maybe he should have started because he was linking up a bit better with his midfielders and even got a chance to get a shot on target. But in the end, it took a set piece where Arnett were really sleeping this time, and he flicked a ball that's come from the near post to fire past Washington in the goal. It was, I guess, what they deserve. They deserve at least a goal out of this one for the second half performance. But they had to go back to the drawing board to look at what went wrong in that first half. As for Arnett, yeah, they took it a bit too quiet after the second goal. I almost cost them, but they did enough. 3 points, and that's their third in a row to shoot them back up to fourth, not far from the top three. While Harbour still too close to relegation, and they need some work to be done. What about the stats though? So Arnett Guns had 17 overall shots, while Harbour had 12. Majority of those 17 for Arnett, I guarantee you, came from the first half. It was just that dominant. Arnett also had 5 shots on target compared to Harbour 3. 3 corners apiece, 2 yellow cards to Arnett, 1 to Harbour. No red cards as I stated. So yes, Arnett luckily did enough in this game, although they will be feeling a bit worried that they weren't taking their chances in the first half. And the whole way football is, sometimes you get punished. While Harbour did get a glorious chance himself in the first half, where Williams will be cursing the pitch as he missed a chance in front of the open goal. But they cannot start another game like that. That was absolutely poor, and they should take heart that they finished it well. It wasn't enough to get a point here, and they returned to the drawing board. Again, it finished Arnett Guns 2, Harbour 1. For our next game, we go to Stadium East, where Molynes United, who is just below Harbour in the standings, will take on an Humble Lion, who are still continuing their Reynolds project. How did this one go? Well, this was clearly the game of the round, really. Although it didn't seem so in the first half, it was all Molynes United in the first 45. They got a goal early from Frankelson in the first half of our corner, and from there, it seemed that every corner was giving Humble Lions tremendous nightmares. They could not defend any of these properly, and there were many occasions where Molynes almost scored off of 2 or 3 of them. But they finally got another one from a set piece. This time it was a great free kick from Wilson. Good enough curling shot that went over the wall and into the net. Yeah, the Humble Lion wall should have jumped, but it was a good execution from Wilson. And at that point, it was all Molynes United who were playing some stellar football. And Jason Wright, the captain, who was one of the more impressive players all season, got his just deserves from his hard work on the left wing that see link up play with Nelson and Wilson to give them a third goal. At that point, he was thinking lights out, and I'm quite sure Reynolds was thinking the same as he made some quick changes to the team, and then in the second half, it paid dividends. And Humble Lions came up much better, much hungrier, and went on the hunt to claw their way back into this game. It almost worked as Brian found himself with a good goal on the right side, while Arnett was on the back post to bring him back into one in the 74th minute. From there, Molynes decided to hold possession a bit and trying to stifle the game out, and Humble Lions just couldn't muster another wave attack to get one back in. So it was a good second half from Humble Lions, but they should be cursing how they played in the first half. While Molynes almost shades of that game against Harbour early in the season, where they had a good lead and almost gave it up. But they did enough to come off with a 3-2 win. Okay, let's look at the stats now. Molynes had 9 total shots overall compared to Humble Lions 7. But get this, Molynes had 3 shots on target compared to Humble Lions 4. So Molynes was a perfect 100% shooting accuracy in this game. 9 corners for Molynes compared to 3 for Humble Lions. As I said, Humble Lions had severe issues defending those corners, and 3 yellow cards to Molynes compared to Humble Lions 2. So yeah, very important 3 points for Molynes here. They, as I was stating, they've been playing pretty decently under this new coach for a while, but the results were not just coming. So this is an important victory. While Humble Lions, their project continues. They're sticking to their 3-5-2 formation that has done so well for them in the last couple of games with numerous clean sheets, but no idea what went wrong in that first half. But anyway, again, it finished with Molynes United 3, Humble Lions 2. We'll go on to the next game. We're going down to Dunbeholden Sports Complex here in St. Catherine. First game back home for Dunbeholden for some years. Defending champions and league leaders Mount Pleasant Academy. This game was an interesting game. It almost played towards script, as Dunbeholden again was a decent performance from them, but come away with nothing. While Mount Pleasant did enough to steady their way into a victory. The game started early for Mount Pleasant, who surprised their host by being the more aggressor and found themselves with a penalty where Daniel Grill dispatched early. Credit to Dunbeholden from there. They did their usual stuff. They played some good football, hold some good possession, and was a bit threatening, but this never really find a way through. And then out of nowhere, from a bit of a counter attack, Bradford found himself in the box and chipped the keeper to give his first goal for his new club. Dunbeholden did not lie down though and take it like that. They went back on the attack and they went and tried their best with many shots at goal and many and better of the play, but could not break down Montpellier until the second half, with Bailey somehow get the ball into his own net for own goal. That spurred on Dunbeholden to try their best to nick a point at home in front of stellar fans who came out in their numbers for their first home game, but they could not muster anything and Montpellier escaped St. Catherine with a 2-1 victory. What was the stats in this one? Yeah, so pretty even, as Montpellier did well despite having less possession to Dunbeholden. 9 total shots apiece for the both teams. Dunbeholden did have 3 shots on target though, but Montpellier with their 2 on target still managed to have 100% shooting accuracy. 6 corners to 5 and 4 yellow cards to 1 in Dunbeholden favour. So yeah, just to show you in the run-up play, the teams were fairly even, but Montpellier were clearly more clinical. This has been the issue over the numerous weeks though for Lenny Hine and his men, is that they really are controlling the game in some aspects, but finishing has been letting them down. While Montpellier have not been the best at finishing, but here they kept in composure and did enough, especially with Bradford, to get a goal where they needed it. So again, it finished Dunbeholden 1, Montpellier 2. We're going to go all the way to St. Elizabeth for Treasure Beach, who are hosting Portmore United. This was a game where many believe would be an easy cakewalk for Portmore, while there are a few of them who believe since Treasure Beach played well at home, it won't be so easy. Well, it ended up being a bit of a cakewalk for Portmore as they ran out the aggressors here from minute 1 against Treasure Beach, as Peck with a beautiful left foot rocket gave them the lead in the first minute. That completely threw Treasure Beach off their game, and before they know it, Stevie Young stepped up to give Portmore a second goal. Then the third goal came from newcomer Tajay Bryan, and then Treasure Beach was all out at sea. But to their credit, they did rally a bit back the second part of the first half and managed to get a goal from their own Bryan in the 42nd minute. But in the second half, Portmore, being surprisingly the more experienced team here despite their youthful setup, did enough to basically control and manage the game, and there was not much action going in the second half as Portmore killed the game off and completely ran out of there with their 3 points. Tough luck for Treasure Beach once more, but they can have solace in the fact that they finally score a goal and break their ducks after going 8 games without scoring. Alright, let's look at the stats here. Treasure Beach had 6 total shots overall compared to Portmore United's 5. Treasure Beach had 2 shots on target compared to Portmore's 4. 3 corners for Treasure Beach compared to 4 from Portmore, and all the yellow cards went to Treasure Beach. So yeah, Portmore did a professional job here. They went out early against Treasure Beach, got the goals, and they decided to professionally see out the game. Where Treasure Beach, as I stated, they only really started to play their game towards the end of the first half, and it was a little too late. But again, they scored the first goal. They need more of that coming, and they need to get on it, because now Molynes is winning matches and getting away from them in the relegation battle. While Portmore keep pace with Mount Pleasant, and that's all they care about. A professional job done, and they return home next week. So again, we finished Treasure Beach 1, Portmore United 3. Our next game now, we go to the heart of Waterhouse, going to Jewsland, as they were hosting bottom team Lime Hall. Normally you play Lime Hall, it should be a victory should be given, but Waterhouse has been, as we can say as usual, inconsistent. But this is a big chance for them with Dunbeholden losing to return to the top 6, and they should not falter. Thankfully, Mitchell is on ridiculous form as of late, and he carried that into this game as he was the star attraction in both the first half and the second half. And this time he again got a reward for his performance. In the 54th minute, he scored the lone goal and gave Waterhouse a 1-0 victory. Lime Hall, as usual, did enough to compete. They held them on a bit, they defended for their lives, but this could not hold out the wave and wave attacks of Waterhouse. Waterhouse did come out very strong in the first half and was looking for the opening goal, but after Mitchell opened the scoring, they finally settled and they did enough to see out the game. Let's look at the stats for this one. Yeah, so just to back up what I said with Waterhouse attacking, they had 16 total shots compared to 2 from Lime Hall. 6 of those 16 were on target compared to 1 from Lime. 10 corners to confirm the dominance for Waterhouse compared to 2, and 1 yellow card in the entire game going to Waterhouse. Lime, despite their newcomers in attack, still not doing enough for even muster enough shots at the opposition. It's looking more and more likely this will be their end in the Premier League. For Waterhouse, they march on and they will hope that they have no captured top 6, that they stay there. Again, they finished Waterhouse 1, Lime 0. We'll now move on to the final game on Sunday, where Cavalier was playing host to Montego Bay Utd. Montego Bay Utd, who should be feeling fairly buzzing after coming back from 2-0 down against Waterhouse in catching all, will come up against a top team in Cavalier, which at defense have not let in many goals. But they were missing a lot of players. King was out, Ming was out, and again no Thomas up front. So how will that shake up their defensive structure? But it did not do much. Montego Bay Utd started brightly and they tried their best to ping some passes and try to get Brian Brown on some attacks. But they were snuffed out by a very resolute unit from Cavalier. It's no surprise there, as they sat in a decent shell and invited pressure onto themselves from Montego Bay without any fears of cracking. It proved to be the wise choice, as one play out in counter saw the Montego Bay Utd defensive midfielders mix up and gave Jamaica Calvin, who was locking form, to run at them, only find Russell at the left wing to finish off a nice goal. Russell, who is playing in the place of Thomas, did enough in this game to get his team over the line. But the star of the show for Cavaliers was Calvo, who ran his socks off, especially in that first half. He didn't show much in his own attacking play, but he was a menace and a thorn in the side of Montego Bay Utd. In the second half, Montego Bay tried again. Jordan Fletcher trying his best. Brian was trying to get something going, but they were snuffed out chance after chance. It was rather bored in the second half, as Cavalier was quite fine to sit back and enjoy their 1-0 win. But Cavalier Utd did not have enough spark in creativity to find a way past the Cavalier back line. So if you are neutral and want exciting football, it looked like you cannot watch Cavalier going forward, or they're quite happy to sit with the one-love wins. While Montego Bay Utd will be feeling perplexed that despite their good goal-scoring form of late, they could not crack open Cavalier. What are the stats like? So Cavalier had 7 total shots compared to Montego Bay 5. And that's despite mostly playing on the counter. Cavalier also had 2 shots on target compared to Montego Bay Utd's 1. 5 corners for Cavalier, 6 for Montego Bay Utd, and 3 yellow cards to Moby compared to 1 to Cavalier. Yes, as I stated, Cavalier was quite fine inviting pressure from Moby without no worries of them giving up a goal. While Moby, they relied heavily on Vere in the number 10 role and Brian Brown up top, but clearly they were reeling from the lack of play by their main man Wayne Gordon, who had a very quiet game compared to his last recent outings. So back to the drawing board for the Santos and his men, while Cavalier marches on to try to get that top 2 spot. So go to the final game of match week 16, and that is Vere, who should be playing host but played this one at Dunbeholden Sporting Complex against Tivoli. So in this game, it was all Tivoli in the majority of the game. Tivoli by far, especially in the first half, which was the much better team. Tivoli now, who weren't necessarily playing all that well lately, really finding groove towards the end of the last game, and he brought it over into this game as they played some great link-up play, especially with the top 3, with Dunn himself looking so sharp and just could not find a goal past Vere keeper. But Vere was non-existent for the majority of this game. It only took them until the second half, where they come out a bit better, but it was too little too late, as Morgan came on to have himself a brace. First, a goal came into the box and bundled around, and he managed to get it over the line, which many can call scrappy. But his second goal was nothing but scrappy, as a ball come floated over into the box, and he did a magnificent scissor kick, bicycle kick, anything you want to call it, and got the ball past Vere keeper. It was a stunning goal and probably one of the best of the season so far. Tivoli took the foot off the gas after that, and Vere got more into the game, and through Javier Brown pulled off a rocket shot from outside the box that was unluckily hit the crossbar, but luckily enough hit the back of Jones and went in for our own goal. From there, Tivoli was a bit sweating as Vere was coming on the attack, trying to find them equalizer with new life breathed into them based on the own goal. And after excellent work on the left wing, the ball came across into the air, and for some way they couldn't turn it over the line. It was a narrow miss for Tivoli, who, after all their hard work and performance, almost coughed up 3 points. So in the end, it finished Vere 1, Tivoli 2. But what was the stats like? Vere had 13 shots overall compared to Tivoli's 13. Most of those shots from Vere came in after that own goal. But this is where this disparity was. Vere had 1 shot on target compared to Tivoli's 6. 2 corners for Vere compared to 6 from Tivoli. So yeah, Vere turned on the Jets a little bit too late in this one, while Tivoli almost got themselves in trouble but did enough to give Jerry and his team a vital 3 points in the race for top 3. So where does all that leave us in the table? Well, Mount Pleasant continued to lead after their 16 matches with 35 points, while Portmore close behind with 34 points in second. Cavalier is also on 34 points as all the top 3 came out with victories. Arnett though, thanks to 3 wins in a row, has found himself in 4th now with 33 points, while Tivoli is in the hunt still with 31 points after 16 games. But the big movers for now are Waterhouse, who are in the top 6 and they displaced Dunbeholden with 23 points. Dunbeholden on a dreadful run of form lately see themselves in 7th with 22 points. Montego Bay Utd did well to come up the table into 8th, but they remain stuck there at 19 points. Vere are also stuck in 9th with 19 points. Molynes missed a big chance to jump 2 of them and remain in 10th with 18, while Harbour also missed out on a chance to jump Molynes and move up a spot as they lost and are stuck in the 11th spot with 16 points. Molynes though, big victory for them. They're 3rd of the season. Now give them 14 points and 2 behind Harbour, but more importantly, they are 7 points clear of the relegation zone, which starts with Treasure Beach in 13th spot with only 7 points. But Lime crops up the table with yet to win this season with 4 points. So yeah, a cracker of a round really. One of my most favourites so far this season. And I look forward to what can be mustered up in match week 17. Join us then for more, as we'll be there on Friday to preview it all, as well as the following Tuesday to review it all. So stick around for that, and for all things Premier League, keep liking, subscribing and sharing. I will keep it up towards the end of the season. So once again, I say thank you all for watching, and big up yourself, and see you the next time and jump in the fun.